Welcome back our channel, Rare Coins All World, coin collectors and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1964 United States 5 cents coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. Whether you've come across one in your spare change or inherited it from a family collection, you're probably wondering, what's it worth? Let's find out. Before we dive into the coin's value, let's start with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The obverse side features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. Now, 1964 was an important year for the Jefferson nickel. The U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion of these coins due to a rising demand for circulating coins and a coin shortage at the time. That makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel one of the most common U.S. coins ever minted. Now, the 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those minted in Denver carry a D mint mark located on the reverse, to the right of Monticello. While the vast majority of these coins are common, certain varieties and errors can boost the coin's value. Look out for double die obverse or reverses, where the details appear doubled, and repunched mint marks. These errors are rare but can fetch a premium. So, how much is your 1964 nickel worth? Let's break it down. For circulated coins, which show wear and tear, most 1964 nickels are worth their face value, 5 cents. However, in higher grades, things get a little more interesting. An uncirculated 1964 nickel with no wear, graded between MS 60 and MS 65, can be worth anywhere from $1 to $10. But if you're lucky enough to have a gem mint state coin graded MS 67 or higher, you could be looking at values around $50 inch or more. Several factors affect the value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel. These include condition, rarity of errors, and the presence of a full steps designation. Full steps refer to the steps on Monticello being fully visible and uninterrupted. This is a rare feature, and coins with full steps can command significantly higher prices. A 1964 D with full steps in high mint state grades can fetch several $100s at auction. So, to sum it all up, while most 1,964 nickels you come across are worth only a few cents, certain high-grade examples, error coins, or those with full steps can be worth much more. If you think you have a special one, consider having it professionally graded. In today's episode, we're talking about a coin that you might find in your pocket or your old coin jar, the United States of America 5 cents from 1999, also known as the Jefferson nickel. Let's break down its history, key features, and most importantly, how much it could be worth more. The 1999 Jefferson nickel carries a long history. It's part of a series that began way back in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin was named after the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, who is featured on the obverse, or front, of the coin. Designed by Felix Schlag, Jefferson's iconic profile looks out from the left side. On the reverse, you'll find his beloved home, Monticello, standing tall as a symbol of American history. The 1999 Jefferson nickel is made from 75% copper and 25% nickel, which is standard for this coin. It weighs exactly 5 grams and measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge, just like most other American coins. Over 1 billion nickels were minted in 1999, with the majority coming from the Philadelphia and Denver. Now, let's talk about mint marks, a key feature that can impact the value of any coin. For the 1999 Jefferson nickel, there are two primary mint marks you need to look for, the P for Philadelphia, the D for Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 1.2 billion nickels in 1999, and the Denver Mint produced around 1.3 billion. While these high mintages suggest that these coins are common, some rare conditions and error coins from this year could be worth more. Now, here's where things get interesting. While most 1999 nickels are only worth their face value, 5 cents, some rare error coins can be worth much more. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or coins with missing mint marks can fetch premiums with collectors. One of the most sought-after varieties for this year is the off-center strike. If you have one, it could be worth anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 depending on how severe the misstrike is. The condition of your 1999 Jefferson nickel plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint condition coin. Most 1999 nickels you'll find in circulation are in circulated condition and will only be worth 5 cents. However, a coin in uncirculated or mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, could be worth anywhere from $1 to $10. Proof coins, which are special edition coins made for collectors, can be worth even more, sometimes up to $20 if they're in perfect condition. So, is the 1999 Jefferson nickel worth holding on to? If you find one in your spare change, it's probably not going to make you rich. But if you have one in uncirculated condition or with an error, it could definitely be worth more than its face value. As with all coins, the value increases over time if they are kept in pristine condition. There you have it. Finally, its market value is $49,000. While the 1999 Jefferson nickel is still commonly found in circulation, there are certain factors like condition and errors that can make your coin worth a lot more. If you're a collector, keep an eye out for those special varieties. Have you found any rare or valuable nickels in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Today, we're diving into the history and value of a classic American coin, the 1983 United States 5 cents, commonly known as the nickel. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you'll definitely want to stick around for this one. So, let's break it down. The 5-cent coin, or nickel, has been a part of American currency since the late 1800s. But the version we're talking about today, the Jefferson nickel, has a design that first appeared in 1938. On the front, or obverse, is the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, facing left. It was designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor. On the reverse, we have Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello. The clean, simple design is one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. But what about the 1983 nickel specifically? In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins. They were struck at two major mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Here's how the numbers break down: Philadelphia Mint, over 561 million coins, Denver Mint, over 536 million coins. These coins are composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving them their distinctive silvery appearance and durability. Each coin weighs about 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. Now, you might be wondering, with so many coins produced, can a 1983 nickel really be worth much? Let's find out. Most 1983 nickels are still quite common in circulation today, so the vast majority of them will only be worth their face value, 5 cents. But, as always with coins, condition is everything. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear. If you have a 1983 nickel in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value starts to rise. Coins graded MS65, mint state 65, by professional grading services can be worth between $20,000 and $10,000. But here's where things get interesting. If you find a 1983 nickel with an error, the value can jump significantly. Some examples of valuable errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins missing part of the design. Error nickels from 1983 can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200 or more, depending on the type and severity of the errors. What should you look for when determining if your 1983 nickel has extra value? Here are a few tips. The mint mark, located on the right side of Monticello, tells you where the coin was made. If there's a P, it's from Philadelphia, and a D means Denver. Both are common, but there's always a chance for rare varieties. As with all coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Check for crisp details, especially in Jefferson's hair and Monticello's windows and columns. Finally, its market value is $51,000. Keep an eye out for any oddities. Even a small error can increase the coin's value significantly. To sum it up, your 1983 US nickel could be worth anywhere from 5 cents to a few $100s, depending on its condition and whether it has any rare errors. It's always worth checking your loose change. You never know when you might stumble across a hidden gem. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of US coinage, the United States 5 cents coin from 1978, also known as the Jefferson nickel. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned pro, stick around because this coin might just surprise you with its history and value. Let's start with a little background. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin we're talking about today, the 1978 Jefferson nickel, features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse. The reverse shows Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate, Monticello, a design created by Felix Schlag. 1978 was a year in U.S. history marked by cultural shifts, and this humble nickel was a part of that story. With a mintage of over 390 million nickels that year, these coins were heavily circulated, which plays a big part in their value today. So, what's this coin made of? The 1978 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs about 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. While it doesn't contain any silver or gold, it's still an important piece for collectors due to its historical significance and design. Now, let's talk about the value. If you come across a circulated 1978 Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, its face value is, of course, 5 cents. However, coins in circulated condition don't typically hold much additional value unless they have errors or rare variations. Most circulated examples in average condition are worth between 5 and 10 cents, but don't worry, we're just getting started. Here's where things get interesting. If you have a 1978 nickel in uncirculated or mint state condition, its value jumps significantly. Coins graded MS-65, for example, can fetch around $5 to $10. Higher grades like MS-66 and above can go for even more, reaching up to $50 or more depending on demand. So, if you've got a pristine 1978 nickel with no signs of wear, it's worth checking the grade and maybe even getting it certified. Let's not forget about error coins, a collector's dream. Error varieties from 1978 are highly sought after, including misstrikes, off-center strikes, and die breaks. These types of errors can increase the value of a 5-cent coin dramatically, sometimes pushing it into the hundreds of dollars depending on the severity of the error. Always keep an eye out for these rare treasures when you're looking through your old coins. So, what's the final takeaway? While your average 1978 nickel in circulated condition might not make you rich, uncirculated coins, high-grade examples, and rare error coins can be worth much more than face value. Finally, its market value is $51,000. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rarities, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of U.S. history. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of United States nickels, focusing on a classic coin from 1979, the United States of America 5 cents, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel. Could this coin be hiding some real value in your pocket change? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since its debut in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front, and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. But the 1979 version has some unique characteristics and potential value points. Let's first look at the details. The 1979 nickel is made of a copper-nickel blend, with no silver content. In terms of weight, it clocks in at 5 grams. You'll notice that the obverse, or front, of the coin shows Jefferson facing left. The reverse features Monticello, and of course, the mint mark, if there is one, just to the right of Monticello. In 1979, these nickels were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each of which can affect the value. So, how much is this 1979 nickel worth today? If you've got one in average circulated condition, it's probably worth 5 cents, just like its face value. But wait, there's more to the story. Certain factors can make your 1979 nickel worth more. First, condition is key. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as a mint state, can be worth anywhere from 30 cents to $1. That might not seem like much, but it's a solid return on a 5-cent piece. If you have a high-grade version, graded MS-65 or higher by a professional service, you could see values pushing closer to $10,000 or more. Next, check for errors. Coins with striking errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or even double strikes, are always in demand with collectors. Some of these error coins from 1979 have sold for $50,000 to $20,000, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. Finally, its market value is $56,000. And don't forget about proof coins. If you have a 1979 nickel with an S mint mark, it was struck at the San Francisco Mint as part of a proof set. Proof nickels from this year can be worth around $2,000 to $5,000, depending on their condition. Another interesting aspect to consider is the total mintage. Over 648 million nickels were produced in Philadelphia, and around 440 million in Denver, making the 1979 nickel far from rare. However, proof coins from San Francisco are much more limited, with just over 3 million made. So, while your 1979 nickel might make you rich overnight, certain factors can definitely boost its value. Whether it's in mint condition, a rare error, or part of a proof set, this humble coin could still surprise you. In today's video, we're diving into the world of the United States 5-cent coin from 1990. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just stumbled upon this coin in your pocket change, stick around, because you might be holding on to something worth more than just 5 cents. The 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, has been around since 1866. But today, we're focusing on the Jefferson nickel, which has featured the image of Thomas Jefferson since 1938. The 1990 version shows Jefferson on the obverse, and on the reverse, we have his famous Monticello home. It's a classic design that's stood the test of time. When it comes to value, one of the first things to check is the mint mark. In 1990, nickels were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Coins from San Francisco are proof coins, and these are usually more valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of your 1990 nickel. If it's been in circulation, showing wear and tear, it's likely worth just its face value, 5 cents. However, if you have one in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, the value can jump up to around 25,000 cents to thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. If you've got a 1990 S proof nickel, you're in for a treat. These proof coins, made specifically for collectors, are struck with extra care, giving them that brilliant, mirror-like finish. A 1990 S proof nickel in excellent condition can range from $1,000 to $5,000, but here's where it gets exciting: error coins. Some 1990 nickels might have minting errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or even double dies. These can increase the value of the coin significantly. For example, an off-center strike or a coin with a visible die crack could be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 depending on the severity. So, what's the verdict? Your 1990 US nickel might be worth only 5 cents, or it could be a hidden gem worth much more, especially if it's a proof coin or has an error. Finally, its market value is $41,000. Always keep an eye out for mint marks and coin conditions when evaluating its value. If you've got a 1990 nickel lying around, give it a closer look. You never know what you might find. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1987 US 5-cent coin, better known as the nickel. Ever wondered if this seemingly ordinary coin holds any hidden value? Let's find out. The 1987 nickel is part of the long-standing Jefferson series, which began in 1938. Featuring the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse, the 1987 nickel is a continuation of this classic design. But what makes this particular year special? In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced a total of about 732 million nickels across two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Both versions carry a distinctive mark, Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, Denver Mint, a small d mint mark on the reverse. So, what's the value of the 1987 nickel? Generally, these coins are worth their face value of 5 cents if found in average circulated condition. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated or proof condition, it might be worth a bit more to collectors. Here's a breakdown: circulated coins, worth face value, or slightly above, depending on condition. Uncirculated coins, in excellent condition, they might fetch anywhere from 10,000 to 50,000 cents. Produced for collectors, these can be worth more, generally ranging from $1 to $5, depending on their quality and whether they are part of a proof set. The 1987 nickel isn't particularly rare or valuable compared to other key dates in the Jefferson series. However, coins in pristine condition, or those with unique errors, can command higher prices. For example, if you happen to find a nickel with a minting error, like double strikes or off-center impressions, it could be worth more to collectors. Finally, its market value is $56,000. While the 1987 nickel may not be a jackpot coin, it still holds its charm and potential for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, every coin has its story and value. If you have a 1987 nickel in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it might have something special. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Have any interesting finds or questions about coins? Drop them in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting.